Please welcome Atlassian CEO and co-founder, Mike Cannon-Brookes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Barcelona. Thank you so much for being here today. It's right, I am the CEO and co-founder of Atlassian. I am also the warm-up act for Carlos Sainz tomorrow, who, let's face it, drives faster, speaks better Spanish, and is far better looking. If he knows anything about software, I'm in big trouble. But that's for tomorrow. For today, I appreciate the opportunity to get together with you all again here in Barcelona. At Atlassian, our mission is to unleash the potential of every team. And we're here to help you, our customers and partners, to keep Europe running. And we're proud to support you as you drive progress in your organizations. You are leaders in financial services, in transportation, in retail, some of the most established brands in the world, as well as the latest generation of tech companies. And across all these organizations, you represent every kind of team. And all those teams and companies are already running on the Atlassian Cloud Platform. The Atlassian Cloud Platform powers up all the Atlassian apps and agents to help your teams thrive in the next decade. In this new world, all your apps have access to the Teamwork Graph, bringing the power of your organization's entire memory to where you work. And Rovo sits at the heart of our portfolio, delivering human-AI collaboration as a first-order principle. This is how we bring the Atlassian system of work to life, to make sure that your team can align to the right goals, plan and track their work together, harness your knowledge within seconds, and welcome AI as a true teammate. These are the pillars of our system of work, and they guide the way that we build software to set you up for success in the AI age. Now, millions of users across our customers are loving this AI-forward system of work powered by Rovo. Like Pythian, they hail Rovo as a revolution, allowing them to find information without knowing where the information is stored and helping them to be so much more productive. But how you actually get the Atlassian system of work powered by Rovo? Well, if you haven't already, the first step is to move to the cloud, like all of those organizations. We recently announced Atlassian Ascend, our initiative to upgrade all customers to the cloud platform. Now, to our data center customers, for a long time, data center was the right platform to deliver on your goals. It was the right vehicle to get you from point A to point B. But just like a car that was the fastest of its kind at the time, when your competitors were also driving cars, now you have the opportunity to get on board a rocket ship. And very soon, the race will be between rockets, not cars. That Atlassian Cloud Platform is your rocket ship for teamwork. I'm excited to share that more than 98% of our European customers are already on the Atlassian Cloud Platform or have begun their journey to get there. Indeed, 75% of our most complex, most regulated customers are already there or on their way to upgrading. And we've made massive investments in that cloud platform to ensure it's ready to support even our largest and most complex customers. Today, a single Jira site supports up to 100,000 users, and I'm proud today to announce we're raising the Confluence user limit to 250,000 users per site. Oh, wow, thank you. And we're, of course, continuing to fulfill all of your data residency requirements, with 11 regions now supported across all our major apps. No matter where you operate, your industry, your scale, or the complexity of your business, we're here to tell you that the Atlassian system of work and the Atlassian Cloud Platform are ready for you. Need proof? Ask these companies and your peers. They are already on that rocket ship. Ask Deliveroo in the UK about speed. They're responding to their customers 30% faster in the cloud. Or you can ask Mercedes about scale. They've migrated 50,000 users across 260 different functions to the cloud. Or you can ask Nestlé about complexity. They're live on the Atlassian Cloud with more than 2,000 brands and are seeing a 10 times faster time to value. For the rest of today, we're going to take you through our cloud portfolio and some of the amazing new innovations that we are delivering across all of it. And at Atlassian, our innovation engine is driven by so many talented team members. So I'm proud this year to introduce some of our fearless leaders to you on stage. I'm going to start by going through our platform capabilities and Rovo. Then I'm going to turn over to Sanchan, who's going to talk about the immense momentum that we're driving in the Teamwork Collection. Our CTO, Rajiv, will join after that to talk about how we're raising the bar for software teams, followed by our president, Anu, who'll pick up some of the amazing announcements for IT and service teams in your organizations. And last but definitely not least, Asha will bring us home talking about the strategy collection for leadership teams. This is your AI-powered system of work that keeps you competitive through the next decade. Let's start with the platform that powers it all. Now, our platform consists of 3 layers. Our platform apps, the essential ingredients of your system of work. The Teamwork Graph, where your data is unified, connected, and contextualized, all built on the foundation of our enterprise-grade secure infrastructure. Let's talk about that infrastructure for a second. I already told you how the cloud is for you, ready for your scale, your industry, and your regional requirements, no matter your complexity. In the last year, we've shipped more than 120 new infrastructure improvements, and we're not slowing down. We're unlocking the cloud for everyone, which is why we announced 6 months ago that we had multiple cloud deployment options. Our commercial cloud continues to power the vast majority of customers with enterprise-grade security. Our US public sector customers and their partners are upgrading to Atlassian Government Cloud, thanks to our FedRAMP moderate authorization. And support for FedRAMP High and IL5 is now on the horizon. And for our customers handling the world's most sensitive data, we've built Atlassian Isolated Cloud, a single-tenant environment with isolated compute, storage, and networking. And I'm thrilled to announce that starting in early 2026, Atlassian Isolated Cloud can now be made available in any Atlassian-supported region, including right here in Europe. Stop by the booth to learn more and connect with our amazing infrastructure team. Now, thanks to all this incredible momentum, you are upgrading to the cloud more and more every day, bringing thousands of teams, hundreds of sites, and many sensitive workloads. Now, for our largest customers, we understand that you need even more control to manage the complexities within your organization. That's why we're introducing units. Flexible, secure boundaries that can isolate sets of users, apps, and data across your sites. Each unit has its own user directory. You can select exactly the right teams for collaboration. And the flexibility to add multiple sites and apps that best fit your needs. And best of all, every unit has its own dedicated teamwork graph, Rovo, and AI context. Now, there's never any data sharing between units, only inside of them. Yet at the same time, admins can set policies and permissions by unit to meet any specific requirements, like data residency or managing which teams have access to Rovo and AI. So whether you have multiple subsidiaries in different locations, you work with external clients that need to be segregated, or you have other specific organizational requirements, you can design your units based on your needs, and they're coming early next year. But for admins, that's not all we have for you. We've modernized our entire admin experience in the cloud with a more intuitive sidebar so you can always find what you need, a new global navigation system that matches all the apps that you manage, and a huge new visual refresh, ensuring everything you do is seamless and consistent. Over 1 million Atlassian admins will now get back time in their day, less searching, fewer clicks, and more coherence across every task that they complete for their users. Let's move up the platform stack to the teamwork graph, our platform's data intelligence layer. Now, the teamwork graph relates your work and creates connections, understanding what you work on, how that work is helping you reach your goal, and continuously learning from every interaction you take across the Atlassian platform and any other applications that you use. In total, the teamwork graph now tracks more than 100 billion objects and their connections, and it's growing incredibly fast. Indeed, each week, more than 1.5 billion objects are created or updated by our third-party partners. All of this connected knowledge allows Atlassian to cross the data silos in your organization and build truly unique experiences in our apps. Like the new intelligent feed within the Home app. This feed reveals your knowledge work across apps, showing you summaries, tailored recommendations, and individualized next steps, no matter where the data comes from. And today, we're making the Teamwork Graph even more powerful by opening it up in 3 big ways. Firstly, we're connecting ever more data to the graph, both via new Atlassian connectors like those for HubSpot and Databricks, and by opening up the marketplace to connectors, like PO's connectors for Gitbook or Unito's connectors for Basecamp. These connectors will add ever more knowledge to your organizational memory that underlies everything. Second, we're now programming the Teamwork Graph by introducing Graph APIs for Forge. Now you can use your own business logic to query the graph, and you can then create truly unique apps and agents for your business. And third, we are materializing the Teamwork Graph. We're going beyond pure knowledge and adding your organization's physical and digital objects. Now, this is something we've been working on for a while. It's pretty unique and incredibly cool because it allows for so many possibilities for your organization. And that materialization happens through assets. Now, for years, Jira Service Management customers have been using assets to power their IT and operations teams with great success. Indeed, for automotive companies like Ford, assets aren't just cars. They're VIN numbers, modules, and parts that go into building a vehicle. Tomorrow, Nestle and BMG will share fantastic use cases showing how they're scaling assets across many different teams in their organizations. But to help all customers gain this power, Assets is now becoming a global platform app, helping not just service teams, but every team define, connect, and manage their most important business objects, digital, and more importantly, physical. And we're connecting all assets into the Teamwork Graph, allowing search, AI applications, and connected workflows across your knowledge objects, digital objects, and physical objects. Let's look at a little demo. Since we're in Barcelona, famous for its art and culture, imagine a local museum preparing for a new exhibit. They're using assets to pull this off, tracking everything from priceless art collections with paintings and sculptures to physical equipment they need, like glass cases, security systems, and lighting equipment, along with digital assets like audio guides or promotional materials for their website. Now, all of this has to be connected to their knowledge objects from their Atlassian apps, their documents, projects, meetings, and teams, all connected via the single Teamwork Graph. Let's see how they'd go about managing all those assets. First, their operations team defines schemas and adds their custom business objects into assets. In their art collections, they upload a spreadsheet with the details of each physical painting. Now, they can refine the details of each painting and its relationship to other objects. For example, this golden field painting, where it is physically, what the appropriate physical frame would be, what digital audio guide it's in, and any lighting requirements. But importantly, they're linked alongside their knowledge objects, like any service requests, pages, or work items relating to that particular painting. As I said, these assets are now in the Teamwork Graph, visible across the entire Atlassian cloud platform. So for example, these Confluence tables update in real time and show which artwork is currently on display and which pieces have been archived in the Confluence page alongside all the text and content you're used to. But it gets a lot cooler. They can now use the new preview panel in Confluence to quickly understand the details of this artwork without leaving the page. Preview panels are a new experience that gives you a real-time view of an object in Teamwork Graph without having to navigate away from your current workflow across our core apps. Now, they need to prepare for that exhibition. The golden field's going to be displayed, so it needs to be moved out of the archives and into the right physical exhibition room. But is the room ready? Who should we ask? Rovo chat. We can ask simply, is the exhibition hall ready for us to install the golden field? Natural language as you would understand those objects in your business. Rovo knows the contexts, it knows the objects that are being referred to, and instantly tells us that the hall is ready as well as verified that all the installation requirements have been met. This is the power of the Teamwork Graph applied to your physical objects. Now they're ready to install. From the preview panel, they can change the painting's location from the archives to the exhibition hall and update its status to ready to install without leaving the page. That single status update, again done from Confluence, triggers a variety of pre-set up automation workflows from their teams, creating service requests for security and lighting equipment teams, creating a number of Jira work items for other teams to maybe double check the painting's condition or prep the space, leaving us only one thing to do, which is attend the opening party. Needless to say, the Teamwork Graph isn't just for Picasso or Gaudi, it's built for everyone and every organization. If you're running an airline, Assets can help you manage your global operations of fleets and airports. A hospital, streamline testing, labs, medical equipment across your multiple locations. What about if you're running an incredible Formula One team? Well, Assets can track the development of every part, every assembly, and every race weekend. Indeed, you can hear more about how the Atlassian Women's Racing Team is using Assets in our super session on exactly this topic. As you can see, the possibilities are pretty endless, and it's up to you to make your own work a masterpiece, using Assets by combining your digital and physical objects with your knowledge objects in one super powerful Teamwork Graph. Now, Assets is just the latest addition to our platform apps, an example of how we're continually investing to improve our platform across the board. Two other simple examples, Goals and Teams apps. Since their launch a year ago, over 6 million teams have been created and nearly 1 million goals have now been shared on the Atlassian platform. But we've been busy, continuing to add huge value across both these apps. In Teams, you can now get out of static org charts, create flexible hierarchies that sync directly with your HR tools. In Goals, you can now model OKRs or KPIs or something custom right out of the box. Teams and Goals are now visible no matter where you work, just like Assets in those new preview panels across the core apps. And there's tons more, like team types, goal permissions, verified teams, new profiles. Point is, these are just two examples of how we're continuing to improve our platform apps for everyone. And that platform is the foundation that powers Rovo. Rovo is Atlassian's AI, connecting knowledge, people, and workflows so your teams move faster. Rovo is comprised of 3 platform apps, Search, Chat, and Studio, as well as a growing set of agents and AI experiences across all our apps. And since Rovo became generally available last year, we've been working incredibly hard to deliver new capabilities every single month to make our AI more powerful and enterprise-ready for your organizations. And we've been getting great feedback from all our customers. Like Mercedes, who's telling us that Rovo is unifying their data and transforming how they work, accelerating performance and innovation. Why are they so impressed? Because Rovo knows everything about their organization and their context via that Teamwork Graph. Rovo works everywhere they need it, including their favorite apps and workflows. And Rovo helps everyone in their organization partner with AI, whether they're a designer, a marketer, or an engineer. That's why we keep growing our library of connectors to your favorite SaaS apps, so you can extend your Atlassian experiences to all the places you work. Since launch, we've added more than 50 connectors, including our latest launching today, from Databricks, DocuSign, and HubSpot. And we light up Rovo across all your favorite apps. 6 months ago, we told Jira, Confluence, and Jira Service Management customers that Rovo is now included in their subscription. Well, today I'm happy to announce Rovo is rolling out in more Atlassian apps and collections. It's now in Jira Product Discovery, in Focus, in Talent, in Bitbucket, and your platform apps. There you go. Thank you. Just hold that for a second, because besides those apps, it's not just for premium and enterprise customers anymore. Starting today, it'll be available to all standard edition customers too, at no extra cost. I thought you might like that. And the Rovo standalone edition is rolling out in early access in December. For those teams who aren't yet on Jira or Confluence or Loom, now they can get Rovo too, and all of the goodness of the Teamwork Graph and all the things I'm about to show you. So these are the dimensions of Rovo in a nutshell. Rovo knows everything, it works everywhere, and it helps everyone. With all those improvements in mind, let's dive into Rovo Search, and see the power it brings across those dimensions. Now today, Rovo Search powers more than 3 million users worldwide, making it one of the world's most widely used enterprise search engines. And 78% of those users say Rovo is better than any search experience that they've had in the past. I'm in that 78%. I use Rovo every day. For example, if I want to catch up on our monthly business reviews that I've missed due to traveling like now, and work out what decisions have gone on then, I can quickly search and Rovo will return me an AI-generated knowledge card. It provides direct answers to my question based on the sources that I have access to. The key topic of that business review was Strawberry, a code name for a project that we are working on at Atlassian. Rovo quickly shows me the API launch timeline and the beta scope for the Strawberry app. When I scroll down, I can see actual search results across many sources: Confluence page of key decisions, Google Drive links, including a presentation review. And each search result comes with key insights that we keep improving, like the new social signals showing up, showing the engagement on a Confluence page. And you now get direct access to any embedded or related links that match your search. Scrolling further, I can see a Loom recording with chapter highlights, now allowing me to jump to a directly relevant section in my search. And I can even see a Microsoft Teams exchange between myself and Tarun about the business review. Now, clearly, this is in my search results because only Tarun and I have access to this conversation. You can see the power of the teamwork graph here, returning permissioned search results tailored directly to my context. And we're constantly investing to make search more relevant and lightning fast. Since January, we've seen more than a 20% improvement in search relevance, which is massive uplift, alongside a 35% improvement in performance at the same time. Now, why that matters is because every search improvement saves your team valuable time many times a day. And I'm not the only one who uses Rovo Search every day. Tarun, that engineering manager, uses it daily too. Like most engineering managers, he cares about where his team spends their time, and he comes to Rovo to look up the work that was assigned to a team member, Roshini, while he was on vacation. Now, Rovo can generate a handy knowledge card that gives him a preview of the Jira work items that were assigned to Roshini last week. When he jumps into Jira to view the full list, he notices most of them are marked as done. Good job, Roshini. But naturally, he's curious about the impact of these work items. He wants to go to Amplitude to look up any early customer adoption metrics from that work. Guess what? Now, as soon as he starts typing in the Jira search box, he not only sees Jira work items, but also relevant results from across his connected SaaS apps, including the Strawberry dashboard that he's looking for in Amplitude. Yes, that's right. Rovo is now becoming the default search experience in Jira. That means that Jira's search relevance and performance just got a whole lot better. For example, the quick find we're just seeing over there has more than a 6% improvement already in relevance compared to your existing Jira search improvement experience. And on the full page, we're seeing almost a 30% jump in relevance of people finding what they're looking for faster. That's a huge leap forward in Jira, in search for Jira users. And I'm happy to announce that Rovo Search in Jira will be available to all users by the end of this month. So you've seen how Rovo Search delivers relevant context-aware results from all sources through the teamwork graph. It's time to take a look at Rovo Chat, your AI teamwork that uses the same powerful graph, and look at all of the amazing goodness that we've added here in the last few months. Before we dive in, let me give you a crazy number. In the last 6 months, Rovo Chat's monthly active users have grown more than 50-fold. That's the kind of growth that tells us Rovo Chat is becoming an essential teammate for many people around the world. Let's see it in action. Now, when teams get together, they love brainstorming, even at Atlassian, on a physical whiteboard. Imagine our PM teams completed a brainstorm on new features they want to implement in Project Strawberry. Of course, like most of these sessions, one participant always has to take a photo of the whiteboard and promises to send a summary of the meeting to the team. Here it is, Brian, the project manager, who has to do that. After the brainstorm, Brian can now open Rovo Chat, upload the photo from his phone, and ask Rovo to capture all the ideas by theme and owner. Rovo captures all the information in the photo and quickly organizes it into a table. Yes, Rovo Chat now has the ability to understand files and images and turn them into knowledge that you can work with in the Atlassian platform. You're going to love all of this then. What if Rovo, though, could do some background research for us on those same ideas that came from the whiteboard, from the photo, and find any related work? It's quite likely someone has worked on similar things in the past. Well, Brian can simply ask Rovo to find related work for each idea on the whiteboard and add reference links for the team. Again, this is the power of the teamwork graph when used from chat, tapping into your organization's entire memory across all those sources to help you get ahead. And there you go. Rovo has pulled in a number of links for past work from sources like Google Drive, Figma, Dropbox, and other Atlassian apps, straight into the meeting we had from the whiteboard. Now, Brian's ready to send that email with the work ideas, work assignments, and ideas. He simply asks Rovo to draft an email to his team and his manager, who wasn't in the brainstorm, with work assignments, including links that Rovo has just found. Rovo gets to work, drafting the email, key themes, features, owners, and reference links. Now, there's a lot going on here. Firstly, this email draft opens up in a canvas on the right-hand side. A canvas is a new collaborative work surface inside of chat that allows anyone to review and edit Rovo's responses. Secondly, you'll notice that Rovo is very smart. It has automatically turned that table into an email-friendly format, bullet points. Nice. And third, Rovo has figured out the name of Brian's manager, Matthew, because it has access to his full context via the teamwork graph. Now, Brian wants to improve this email, of course. Human-AI collaboration. Wants to make some edits. So he simply asks Rovo Chat to add a summary to the intro of the email. You'll notice Rovo will add a summary, but without changing the rest of the draft of this email. And he can also edit directly in a canvas himself, letting the team know in this case that they're going to regroup next week and align on priorities. This canvas exchange is a fascinating example of how we're driving human-AI collaboration at its best. Rovo can edit either via chat in the teamwork graph or directly in the editor himself, or both. Now, by the way, did you notice the emojis that Rovo chose for each theme? Turns out Brian really likes emojis, and Rovo remembered that because it knows his preferences via personal memory, another new Rovo Chat feature. It'll make it always work for Brian in the way that he wants. Now, he's ready to send an email. Rovo confirms who the email is going to, and once approved, it sends the email for Brian. Yes, Brian was able to send an email from within Rovo Chat because Rovo has some new skills, and sending email is just one of those skills. A Rovo skill is a fundamental building block designed to perform a specific task that can be invoked either by end users via chat or by agents in any other context. And we're launching more than 100 skills. As our skill library grows, so does your ability to use these skills in all your workflows. And those workflows, that's where Rovo Studio comes in. 6 months ago, we launched Rovo Studio so that makers can integrate AI into their specific workflows, creating custom AI agents, building automations, modeling their digital and physical assets, curating content hubs, and building Forge apps. Now, let me show you the power of Studio firsthand by making an agent. I'm going to build an agent that scans AI trends and announcements across the web, identifying go-to-market opportunities, but base them on our product roadmap and feedback from our customers. In Studio, I can simply describe in natural language what I want my agent to do. Rovo Studio quickly creates a plan for making a go-to-market insights agent. The plan consists of the name of the agent, a revised description of the agent's goals, as well as key knowledge sources and skills that the agent will leverage, such as web search. Yep, searching the web is something that many of our Rovo customers have asked for over the last 6 months. And I'm excited to announce that this skill is now available, allowing you and your agents to pull real-time web results into your workflows, your chats, and your research. Back to the agent. I agree with the plan, and within minutes, I'm on my way to building that go-to-market insights agent. Studio takes a little bit of time to pull it all together, and there we go, the first cut of my agent, with its knowledge sources and skills. Already pretty cool. But I want to customize this agent further. As I said, I want to bring in my customer engagement data from our partner, HubSpot. I can simply now add skills from my skills library. You can see we have a large range of skills that work with many Atlassian apps, as well as third-party skills, like writing to a Google Doc or sending that email. Studio also supports several MCP servers, which contribute more skills to that same global library. This allows you to take action across your Atlassian apps and third-party apps. I've already connected the HubSpot MCP server, which means I can access many HubSpot tools and add these as skills to my particular agent. And there you go, we've added those new skills. Now, my agent is ready and I can test it. Now, testing is a key capability in building agents, so we've made it available right here in the UI live. I can ask my agent to show me the relevant AI trends and recommended actions that I can take, and the agent goes to work. Actively searching the web, all our customer data within HubSpot, and our internal roadmap at Atlassian. Carefully analyzing common themes before creating a comprehensive page for its findings. Outlining key trends so you can see direct customer feedback from HubSpot. Here I can see customer quotes. I can click through to watch the full customer call. And suggestions for further actions to take. What could have taken the team hours has been done by our agent in minutes across multiple surface areas and apps. It's already a pretty useful agent. But what if I wanted to trigger it regularly, say, start of the week, every Monday? Well, within Studio, we can now automate agents to run in response to specific triggers. This is the power of Studio. Agents, automations, skills, and apps all coming together in one place across the Atlassian platform. Let's see how we can make that simple as well. I can just tell Rovo when to trigger the agent and the prompt that I want it to run. That will create a new automation rule to query my agent every Monday at 9 a.m. But what do I want to do with the results? Well, I want to publish a Confluence page, and then I want to share that page with my product marketing managers in their Microsoft Teams channel. How would I do that? Well, I could go the normal way, like automation, adding the steps. Or one quick new way is I can now ask Rovo Chat to add the extra steps to the automation for me. Boom. New steps in my automation thanks to Chat. And you'll notice that Rovo skills show up across the Atlassian portfolio. In your apps, in chat, in agents, and in automations. Same library of skills. Amazing. Now, in the last 6 months, 2.4 million workflows were running agents, making us a clear leader in agentic workflow automation. And that's massive. And it's because teams everywhere, from sales to engineering, have added Rovo to their workflows, using agents and skills to orchestrate across their business processes. Now, there's one more thing that I think will be exciting to the builders among you. Do we have anyone out there from the Atlassian developer community? They're normally quite noisy. Oh, they're very quiet in here. Okay. Hello. We're giving Studio the ability to build Forge apps using AI and natural language prompts. Vibe coding Forge apps, and it's pretty awesome. Let's take a quick look. I want to build a custom app to track my team's readiness for that launch. I can now ask Rovo Studio to create a Jira app, show me a dashboard with our readiness to launch the Strawberry project. Now, Studio is going to work with me to clarify the requirements. What metrics do I want? What data sources? Who's the target audience for that dashboard, which I can refine using chat. And Studio will come back to me with a plan based on all of my inputs, including the key features for the app. Recommends we put the app inside the team's Jira space. Great. Let's start building. Now, Studio will set up the infrastructure, generate the code, and immediately show me a preview of my app. And bang, I can see critical bugs, top EAP customers, and upcoming key dates. A live running Forge app, and you haven't written a single line of code. But you know what? It's missing a key piece of data. And this dashboard could use a little bit of color, a little bit of a glow up. Human-AI collaboration. Let's ask Rovo to update our app. How about adding a panel for top announcements? These are usually labeled by product managers and work items. And let's improve the UI, maybe some icons and larger headings. Rovo gets to work, creating new panel, updating font styles, adding icons. Nice. The updated dashboard's color and formatting is much better immediately just because I've asked for the right things. And there are my top announcements from the product backlog, front and center on my dashboard. A great example of the new graph APIs in Forge. Forge's ability to access the teamwork graph. I can now accept the changes and publish my app to Jira, making it available for my broader team with the click of a button. After a bit of processing, Rovo will compile the code, deploy the app, install it. It'll give me the option to immediately launch that app in Jira. One click, I can see my new app running inside the Jira project board for easy access to my team's workflow. Now think about what just happened. Using Owning Natural Language, no code, we've built and deployed a live, fully functional Forge app with Atlassian styling of brand so it fits into all the rest of the UI with a fully customized interface. And if I want to make further changes from here, I can continue to edit in Studio via chat or via the code and edit like any normal Forge app. We're packing so much power into Studio, from skills and advanced orchestration to vibe coding, custom apps, and much, much more. We want to empower creative makers like you to harness the power of AI by combining apps, agents, and automations with skills across the entire cloud platform and all our apps. To dive deeper on each of these, I encourage you to check out the AI Super Session later today. And customers are already loving Studio. Intermedia is using agents to launch assets, saving them over 50 hours a month. Tempo marketers are now working 30% faster, thanks to no-code agents. And HarperCollins is using Rovo to draft product requirements, allowing them to cut down on manual work by 75%. We can't wait to see what more that you all build. We have to talk a little bit about AI trust and security. As your teams, like ours, adopt AI, we know that security is top of mind for all of you. And that's our commitment, to deliver all of this amazing functionality and the AI that you can rely on and keep it secure and trusted. Last year, we made a lot of major strides in security and compliance for AI with data residency, support for SOC 2 and ISO 27001. We've also started to deliver on our pledges for the EU AI Pact, and support for customer-managed keys is coming soon. And for enterprise plan customers who require complete data residency, we'll now be offering an option to only use Atlassian-hosted LLMs inside of all of Rovo. But it's not just security and compliance. You need granular governance that you can trust, which is why we've continued to add more and more governance capabilities for admins, putting them in control of their data and Rovo. You can now decide what data enters your system, who has access to AI, who can create, edit, and use agents within your organization, as well as granular dashboards to understand how your teams are using and thriving with Rovo. Thank you. That was quite a journey through Rovo and our platform apps. We've covered some pretty amazing stuff across Search, Chat, Studio, and our agents. And I told you that Rovo is everywhere, in all your apps and all your editions. Well, I'm excited to announce it's coming to all your devices too. Rovo for mobile and Rovo for desktop will roll out in the next couple of months. I want to give you a quick sneak peek of some of the unique things that the desktop app can do. Now, your desktop is a little bit where work clutter can pile up, right? Screenshots, downloads, spreadsheets, it can get messy. And in this case, we're looking at the desktop of a customer success manager. The desktop shows a familiar sight, an Excel spreadsheet loaded with customer requests. Now, some of these requests are duplicates, and some of them are new feature asks. With Rovo Desktop, we're introducing something entirely new, a way to connect your desktop apps and those files with a teamwork graph, harnessing its power straight from where you work every day. So watch this. I'll select the Excel spreadsheet and then query the teamwork graph, asking Rovo to identify which of these requests already have fixes or workarounds across the organization, summarize it, and link to those sources from the graph. Rovo finds the answers and returns a structured table with a list of every feature request that already has fixes or workarounds, including links I can add to my spreadsheet. we want to go a bit further. Let's ask Rovo to create Jira tickets for every request that doesn't have an existing fix or workaround. Here, Rovo is again using a skill from Jira to create these tasks. And using enterprise search, Rovo's cross-referenced each request and found the best backlog to create it in. There you go. New work items, pre-filled with details from a messy spreadsheet that I touched only once. What could have taken hours of back and forth is now done in moments, and we're ready to go on to our next task. That is the power of Rovo Desktop. It makes search, chat, and agents always available and just a shortcut away. And most importantly, it brings all of the power you've seen today: the teamwork graph, web search, personal memory, deep research, image processing, canvas, organizational memory, skills, and agents. Makes them all accessible right from your desktop. Now, hopefully you've seen how we're putting Rovo at the center of our platform. We need to see how we're using Rovo to bring skills and agents into our apps and collections. Let's start with the Teamwork Collection. And to tell you all about that, I'm going to welcome Sanchan to the stage.
Hello, everybody. I am super pumped to be here with all of you today. Just a few short months ago, we announced Teamwork Collection in sunny California at Team 25 US. Teamwork Collection brings together Jira, Confluence, Loom, and Rovo to form Atlassian's core collaboration stack. It defines the vocabulary of teamwork, allowing different teams across business and technical to work together seamlessly. Since our launch, we're seeing customers adopt Teamwork Collection in hordes, like this global auto manufacturer that has brought Teamwork Collection to 700,000 employees. A Silicon Valley AI pioneer that is expediting speed to market using Teamwork Collection. And a European government agency that is maximizing technology ROI by using Teamwork Collection. Today, I'm going to show you some incredible product experiences that'll help you understand how Teamwork Collection can transform your organization. Let's take a look. Consider this event as an example, Team 25 Euro, that was powered by Teamwork Collection. You can imagine all the things that go behind the scenes to make this event a reality. There are many different teams that are working across it. Teams have different goals like registration goals, content goals, and engagement goals. And also, this is a highly multidisciplinary effort, allowing our marketing teams to work with product, engineering, sales, as well as external partners. All of these goals were managed using Teamwork Collection. Let's talk about one such outcome, which is creating content for this event. You can only imagine how much content needs to get created for an event like this. There is, of course, the keynote, the 120 breakout sessions, and much more. All of this requires coordination and input across many different teams. Let's take this keynote, for example. How did we decide what to showcase here? Well, like most ideas, it all starts with a brainstorm. And if you're using Teamwork Collection, you're brainstorming in Confluence Whiteboard. The team simply creates an empty whiteboard. We all jump in and start adding our ideas. You can see my name up there, along with product managers and other marketers dumping our ideas into the whiteboard. By the end of the session, we have a lot of good ideas, but the whiteboard is a little bit of a mess. That's where Rovo comes in. Remember, Rovo got skills, and one such skill is to organize ideas into different teams. Much cleaner for the next step. Now, one of us needs to record a Loom to tell Mike what did we decide. Recording a Loom is very easy now. All you have to do is hit the Loom button inside the whiteboard. You can easily record it. And once you're done, you can easily embed that inside that same whiteboard. Easy. Now, in parallel, our PR team is working on taking our product announcements and turning them into press material. Our comms lead starts off with a Confluence live doc with some ideas, but she leverages Rovo to further refine it. It was that easy. Now, she brings in her teammates to collaborate on this live document. Everybody can jump in and make edits. She can even tag some key individuals to verify different pieces of this document. As you can see, everybody is working together, including Rovo, to get this finalized. Pretty easy. We have made live docs available to all of you since June, but we have also made Confluence even better. Confluence is now twice as fast. That's right, it's buttery fast. You can now record looms from any page or any whiteboard, and avatars let you know who else is working alongside you. Today, I am pumped to announce some bigger changes to Confluence. Let's start with Create with Rovo. This is a new functionality that takes human-AI collaboration to the next level. Let's take a look. Helena is our marketing lead, and she has been tasked with creating a customer roundtable at this event. She has a kickoff meeting, captures all the requirements, and now she's ready to create a plan. Instead of starting with a blank slate, she chooses Create with Rovo. All she has to do now is define the outcome she wants. Can you help me plan a CXO roundtable? And to give Rovo more context, she attaches the meeting notes doc from her previous meeting. And Rovo gets to work immediately. As you can see, the output is beautifully formatted. The page has an overview section. It also has objectives, invitation copy, action items, and a proposed agenda. What you see is the Canvas experience that Mike talked about in his earlier demo as well. Now, Helena decides to add some success metrics to this event. Rovo gets to work and comes up with few KPIs that she can use for this event. As you can see, Helena went from just an idea to a fully designed plan in few minutes, all thanks to Rovo. Now she's ready to share this with her team. All she has to do is choose a space, and everybody can see this document. Super easy to do. Create with Rovo will be rolling out to all of you in the next month or so. I cannot wait to see everything that you will create using this functionality. Next up, let me show you how Teamwork Collection enables our teams to communicate easily and effectively. Let's take a look. Jessica is a product marketing manager at Atlassian, and she's working with Natalia, who works at the HR software company Personio. They're all working to figure out a breakout session for all of you. Jessica is in California, but Natalia is in Berlin. So it's already 5 p.m. for Natalia when Jessica is just doing school drop-off at 8 a.m. Well, luckily, they both got Loom. When Jessica is ready, she simply records a Loom of her presentation and shares it out with Natalia. Next morning, when Natalia gets up, she receives a notification of the Loom. She can easily watch it at her convenience, but if she has feedback, she can also provide that feedback through comments and emojis right there. When Jessica wakes up, she can make all of those edits into her slide deck. As you can see, a lot of collaboration happened between the two of them without requiring a single meeting. That's the power of Loom. Loom is Atlassian's fastest growing app at scale. Loom can now record meetings for you. It can instantly publish notes in Confluence. And editing a Loom is as easy as editing a doc. Just delete the words you don't want, and the Loom video will get updated automatically. It's that easy. Loom is perfect for communication anytime, anywhere in the world. But what about when you're on the go? A very common use case for me is reading Confluence pages while I'm on the go, maybe at the gym, watering the plants, or just driving to work. Now we have made it even easier for you to consume content on the mobile device. Introducing audio briefings, which turns any Confluence page into a podcast-style briefing. Let's take a listen.
So here's the scoop on the Team 25 event in Europe. Now the schedule is packed. On Monday, it's all about getting things ready with booth load-in and a staff huddle.
Okay, I just paused it because you get the point. How cool is that? You can now consume the gist of the content on the go anytime by using Confluence mobile app. I'm excited to see what you will do with it. Finally, I want to show you how our teams can plan and track work at this scale. As you can imagine, there is a lot of work. The venue, the live stream, and most importantly, the bash party. I hope all of you can join me tomorrow for the bash. Yeah. In fact, it adds up to 3,000 Jira work items across 23 different teams. Imagine managing all of this without the right system to plan and track. That will be chaos. But you know what's not chaos? Getting our event website up and running. And that's because our marketing, product, and design teams use Jira. Let me show you how. All they have to do is get started by creating a Jira workspace. Using a template, it takes seconds, and team members can jump in right away and add different work items. It's that easy. And by the way, speaking of spaces, we have renamed Jira projects to Jira Spaces. At least someone said that. Because Jira is used for everything, not just one-time projects, but also multi-year efforts. So back to our Jira space. As the team members join, work starts to pile up. But the good news is you can name this work item the way you want. For example, if you're a designer, you can track assets. And if you're an engineer, you can track tasks. And if you're a marketer, you can track deliverables. How's that for flexibility? Now, everything that I just showed you is available for you to try today. But it wouldn't be a great team event if I didn't announce anything, right? So I'm going to announce two big things for you. The first one is Rovo got skills, and now it got project management skills. Let me show you what that looks like. Think of all the manual stuff you do inside of Jira. You got to break down work, update work items, add context, manage duplicate work. Now you can offload all of that work to Rovo. That's right. You no longer have to do all of this manual stuff. Let me show you how. Back to our website launch. What do we need to get this registration page live? Apparently, I've been told a lot. Let's ask Rovo. Rovo will break down this work item into multiple subtasks, like building, launching the page, and testing it. That's all it took. Easy. You want your Jira spaces to be clutter-free? No problem. Rovo got skills to find duplicate items and merge them too. It's that easy. We're super excited to help you offload all your manual work to Rovo. And if that's not enough, I've got one more big announcement for you. Are you excited? Well, we're bringing third-party agents to Jira to be part of your team. That's right. You will now be able to assign Jira work items directly to different AI agents. Let me show you how this works. Our design team creates amazingly beautiful images. You can see them on the screen. But then what they have to do? They gotta cut and resize each of this graphic to fit the signage on the shop floor. That's pretty tedious and time-consuming. Well, now AI can help. The designer can assign the work item to human teammates just like they do normally today. But now they can assign it to the Canva agent. The Canva agent gets to work right away, pulling all the relevant information from the work items. It thinks for a little bit, and then it comes back with the output right inside of Jira. Yeah. The human designer can always verify the work that the agent produced. Here it looks pretty cool. Now, all they have to do is attach this directly to the Jira work item. That's it. You never left Jira to do this work. The Canva agent did it for you inside of Jira. In just a few months, you will see even more AI teammates joining your team in Jira. Canva is just one of the many partners building these agents alongside Rovo. And I cannot wait to bring all of these to you all in the next few months. That's right. I'm excited too. And hopefully now you got the behind the scenes look at how we use Teamwork Collection to organize this event, not just once, but twice a year. Teamwork Collection is the essential collaboration stack, and it's getting better every single day. I cannot wait for all of you to use Teamwork Collection and give us your feedback. Now, here's my friend Rajiv Rajan, who's going to show you how we build software with AI.
As a developer, some of my best memories are writing code with Pink Floyd playing in the background just in the flow. That's hard to beat, right? In fact, I had some fun using AI to help visualize this memory. Clearly dating myself with that big monitor, and oh my God, those floppy disks. We have all felt the emotion of writing code with the music we love, being in the flow. And for me, that magic was working on the Windows NT operating system in the 90s. Clear code, well documented, never felt blocked, even at 2 a.m. in the morning. Debugging and building seemed like joy. At Atlassian, we call this magic developer joy. But life as a dev is not always joyful. There were also frustrating times. For me, I remember when I had this bug assigned to me called a ship stopper bug. This is when the whole company is waiting for you to fix the bug so they can ship the golden CD. Code was not great, documentation sucked, the clock was ticking, and instead of being in the flow, I was frustrated. That was not joy for me. I'm Rajiv, the CTO of Atlassian. This was actually me in the 90s. Times have changed, but my mission is the same: removing friction from developers and bringing joy. And what I learned is developer joy comes from more than just writing code. Writing code itself is hard. It will always be. But what makes it truly joyful is the end-to-end experience across the software development lifecycle, or SDLC as we call it. Documentation that guides, code quality you can trust, and tools that remove friction. Which is why, when I joined Atlassian as CTO 3 years ago, one of the very first questions was, how do we remove friction and create joy for our developers? So we kicked off a journey to improve this. First, we formed a central developer productivity team to tackle this across the company. Then, we built a 3-part improvement framework to tackle the biggest problems, not just tooling, but people and process as well. And finally, we made developer productivity a company-level OKR. That's how serious we were about bringing joy back to our developers. And we saw major results. An 89% increase in pull requests per engineer. That was super impressive for developer productivity. Next, coming to developer joy, we asked our developers a simple question: are you happy and productive in your code base? And the answer was 49%. Less than half of our developers felt developer joy. Today, that number is 83%. In less than 3 years, our developers now have an 83% satisfaction level. And you know, with developers, impossible to get them 100% happy, so I'm going to take 83. Now, when I share this story with other CTOs, the number one question I get from them is, Rajiv, how can we get similar results for our org? How can we buy this developer joy magic from you? And the truth is, it was incredibly hard for us to go build this. You have to build the dashboards, you have to build the tooling, you have to fix the build system,
You have to do surveys. Try getting developers to get more than an 80% participation rate in surveys. You have to identify hotspots, then you have to go fix them. And with AI, it's only gotten harder. Everybody wants to know what percentage of your code base is built using AI. Well, the truth is, we really don't have the data to understand this well. And so, I am going to announce 3 things today that will supercharge your development forever. First, we recently announced the decision to acquire DX, the leader in developer productivity. Applause. All of our customers will now get developer productivity and developer joy. And to all my CTO friends out there who have asked me about this, Atlassian plus DX is here to serve you. And organizations like Adyen have already seen major gains from DX. In talking to Tom, the CTO of Adyen, they are already finding all the hotspots in their organization and finding ways to fix them. Don't just take it from me. Let's roll a video from Tom where he talks about his experience with DX.
At Adyen, we have around 1,500 engineers across the globe. Developer productivity is super important to Adyen because developers produce all of the product that we end up shipping to our customers. We want them to be productive, to enjoy coming to work, and make sure that we continue to make an impact for our customers. DX solves that critical problem of visibility. So just getting access to that data has historically been super hard, and DX completely solves that for us. I really value that ability to see where we are in comparison to the industry, because that lets us set the bar and gives us something that we can achieve to. And I find that super, super valuable.
And Tom is just one testimony. We are hearing from many other DX customers as well, all of whom are also Atlassian customers. And so today, we are very excited to welcome Abhi Noda, the CEO of DX, and the DX team to the Atlassian family. Swing by the DX booth to get a deeper dive. All right, that was our first announcement. And of course, measuring developer productivity with DX is great, but measurement alone isn't enough. Once you see the hotspots, you have to find a way to fix them. And that means zooming out, looking at the big picture. The loop you see is the software development lifecycle. And come to think of it, it reminds me of a racetrack. There are a lot of similarities between F1 and software development. It's never a straight line. There's always twists and turns, and you're always trying to go as fast as possible. Let me show you what this looks like in the real world with our own software teams. Enough talking. Let's actually build something with Rovo. Earlier, Sanchan mentioned Confluence Live Docs. Now, I'm going to show you how we actually built it. Now, Live Docs is not a simple feature, but by using Rovo across the SDLC, we were able to build it in a record amount of time. OK, let's start the race. You see the racetrack, you see the little Rovo sign, that's our F1 car. And we're going to start. But first, we need to discover what to build. The idea for Live Docs didn't come from inside Atlassian. It came from a variety of sources. And all of this feedback was translated into Jira Product Discovery, JPD, automatically using Rovo, which saved a ton of time. So now it's in JPD. What next? Any guesses? Yes, the next step is to get this into Jira. That's where life begins. And that's where we can start planning. And our team used Rovo to do exactly that. Rovo automatically created the Jira epic, broke it down into child work items, planning done. And usually, this planning phase takes the most amount of time. But now, with Rovo, what used to happen in days happens in minutes. OK, now this is the fun part, the most fun part for me. Let's write some code. We are in the middle of the racetrack. Imagine having an AI teammate that is working alongside you that has all the context from the teamwork graph to help you stay in the flow. For us, the answer was RovoDev, your context-aware, intelligent teammate for software development. Now, I'm old school, so my preferred interface is the command line. So I'm going to use RovoDev CLI, command line interface, to add presenter mode to live docs. OK, let's go. RovoDev reads the PRD, the requirements from Confluence. It analyzes the code, doing a bunch of magical AI thinking. Then it starts putting the implementation together with all the dependencies, libraries, and requirements covered. If it looks good, I can tell it to start writing code. And as it's generating code, it's running tests, fixing errors. And once it finishes, I'm done. I have the code. You can see that what would have normally taken weeks is now done in hours. OK, now that the code is ready, what's next? Any guesses? What's the next step? Code reviews. Yes, the code is ready. Now we need another developer to review code. And what does it mean for the dev? You have to wait for another developer to read it. Waiting for human beings, not good for devs. So here's a real PR that was raised for Confluence Live Docs. In this case, the RovoDev code review agent reviews it. You're done in minutes. You're back into the flow. And internally, we have seen a 45% improved pull request cycle time where RovoDev is used. That is a massive jump. And it's only the beginning. We submitted RovoDev to what is called the SWE bench. This is a benchmark that measures the ability of coding agents to do real-world software tasks. And our RovoDev agents didn't just hold their own. They ranked among the best, in fact, #1 in solving real-world software tasks end-to-end. The best part, it's available wherever your teams work, in Bitbucket, in GitHub, in Jira, in your terminal, in the IDE. That brings me to announcement #2. I am so excited to announce that RovoDev is generally available for all Atlassian customers. All right, let's get back to the racetrack. The race is still not done yet. Now we come to deployments. And this is one of the biggest sources of friction for developers. Build failures slow you down. They're frustrating to debug. And most importantly, they take you out of the flow. So what do we do? Let's use RovoDev again. RovoDev Pipelines looks at failures automatically. And even better, the system suggests automatic fixes so you can move past problems and get back in the flow. Are we finished with the race? Not quite. The code has to run in production. And we know that every dev's worst nightmare is an outage in production. It's like a pit stop. How quickly can you fix the car and get it back on the track? And in June, we had a real outage with Confluence Live Docs where all Atlassians couldn't use it. Let's see how Rovo helped us tackle that. As you know, when there's an outage, there's a flurry of alerts. Your phone is ringing off the hook. In this case, Rovo helped group the alerts, create an incident, and even escalate it into being a major incident, which it was. It also immediately surfaced related incidents and runbooks, so teams could swarm and resolve the incident in under 14 minutes. That's 14 minutes. And anyone who has been in a SEV or an outage knows that if you resolve it in 14 minutes, that is amazing, only with AI and Rovo. All right, there you go. That's the whole track. We have finished the race. We are done with every step of the SDLC, from planning to building reviewing code, deployment, and even handling an incident. And that is the bigger story here today. It's about how Rovo really helps you across every stage of the SDLC. This AI-powered workflow has been such a game changer for us that we want to put it in the hands of your development teams. Which brings me to my third and most significant announcement today. You've seen our teamwork collection before, you've seen our strategy collection, and as the CTO, I'm a little biased. I am most excited to announce our newest collection to the system of work, the software collection. Which enables you to leverage AI across your entire SDLC for your software teams. With the software collection, you get DX, Rovo Dev, Bitbucket, pipelines, and the Compass apps. And it makes me super proud to say that Gartner has recognized us as the leader in DevOps. DevOps is just a fancy word for SDLC. This is the world's very first AI-native SDLC. Thank you. Now, let me introduce my dear friend, partner in crime, and Atlassian president, Anu Bharadwaj, to walk us through how we are changing the world with service management. Thank you.
Thanks, Rajiv. Hello, everyone. I'll try that again. It's so great to be here with all of you for one final time. I'm stoked to share with you the innovations that our team have built for your service teams, starting with customer support. I want you to think about a time in your personal life when you had to scramble for customer support. Whether it's the TV going down during a big game, or the internet dying during an important Zoom call, or in my case, a flight to Barcelona getting canceled one day before team. So for me, that meant jumping online, trying to get help from email, messages, going and haunting the airline desk at the airport myself, anything to get their attention. AI-generated Angry Anu seems pretty legit. Now flip the script. Think about those poor, hapless customer support teams that are getting inundated with a barrage of customer requests over email, text, smoke signals, you name it, they've seen it. Wouldn't it be nice if we could put AI in use to organize this mess and help manage this whole torrent of customer support requests? This is why we built our new app for customer service management and announced the beta 5 months ago. We've had a phenomenal response to our beta. Over 600 customers and partners have been using CSM and put it through its paces. Thank you for being such amazing design partners. Today, I'm thrilled to announce that the CSM app is now generally available to all of you. Yes, we're very proud of this. So let me show it off. Let's start with something simple. In this example, a customer wants to see the recent orders for medical supplies from Vitafleet. The Rovo CSM agent immediately pulls that information from the knowledge base and provides an answer. Easy, right? Now, not so fast, because the customer has run into an issue with the website. This is where the Rovo CSM agent stands out, because most AI agents have access to your knowledge base, but Rovo has access to the entire teamwork graph. So in this case, it detects the customer's geo and detects that there is an ongoing incident that's affecting their experience in that geo, and it also knows that a fix is currently being deployed. So correlates all of that information and presents it to the customer without a human ever having to be involved. That's really smart, right? Here, the customer just placed an order and now wants to cancel it. Rovo can also take actions in third-party systems, here the Vitafleet's order management system, and take actions on your behalf. But what about those more complex use cases that require a human touch? Rovo can handle that too. Here, the customer wants to make changes to the shipping address of an order after placing an order. Rovo recognizes that it needs to hand off this issue to a human agent. To do that, it pre-populates a change order from all the information it has already gathered, and it is smart enough to fill out the missing bits by chatting with the customer. And it automatically creates a ticket for a human agent. Seamless AI-human handoffs. Your support agent gets all the information they need, including the full transcript, so you avoid that annoying experience of having to explain your problem over and over again as they move you between agents. But our CSM app connects directly to CRM systems. So in addition to the transcript, it can also pull in all pertinent customer data, like licenses, entitlements, seat details, all of this available in one single place for the support agent to do their best work. When a support issue requires an engineering fix, the agent can immediately add an issue to your Jira dev backlog, and when the dev fixes the issue, the IT ops team in JSM can then push the fix to production. This is the power of the Atlassian system of work. From your customer support, to your developer teams, to your IT ops teams, we connect everything on a singular connected Atlassian platform. Full loop, end-to-end. So you know the thing about AI teammates, you have to train and coach them just like you would your human teammates. Kind of reminds me of the time when I had to teach my dad which emojis were safe to use. So let me show you how you can teach AI agents to handle queries in a safe way. Conversations between your customers and your Rovo agent are available for humans to review, where they can click into a specific conversation and look at the response that the Rovo agent has provided. Here, you can give Rovo feedback on each response. It's no different than how you would train new people on your team, on your support team. But providing feedback is one thing. How do you know that Rovo is actually getting better? Once your support agents make changes to Rovo, they can also evaluate its performance against a golden data set. The data set could include things like past tickets, chat history, or a series of questions and recommended answers. You can run an eval against the data sets to see whether the resolution rates are improving or not. Instead of manually reviewing one conversation after another, you can simulate and evaluate thousands of conversations for faster, more reliable feedback. With every change, you get an objective view of performance improvements by measuring resolution rates of your agents. The best bit is that your teams can customize your customer support experience to match your organization's branding. So your customers experience the same branding and the same experience across email, web, mobile, and other form factors. We've been dogfooding the CSM app to support our own customers, and the results have been impressive. It has helped our support teams resolve 45,000 technical issues this year alone. It's also cut our resolution time from 8 days to 8 minutes. Let that sink in. It's literally days to minutes. And most importantly, it has increased our CSAT by 6 points. So faster resolution, happier support teams, and happier customers. Early customers like Leadership Circle have already rolled out CSM to 3 million customers and partners in 21 languages. Check out our new CSM app today. I'm excited to see how CSM can help you deliver legendary customer service to your customers. Now let's pivot to talk about my favorite app, Jira Service Management. I know, you don't really have favorite children, but one child is always extra special. JSM continues to win the hearts and minds of our customers. I'm so proud of our team that's built this to serve over 65,000 customers, including over half of the Fortune 500 that rely on JSM for their employee support and IT ops needs. Customers are switching to JSM at a rapid pace, replacing expensive and bloated legacy solutions with a modern AI-powered experience. Now, every company claims to be AI-powered until you ask, so what does it actually do for me? How do I benefit from this? That's when all the AI buzz turns into crickets. AI is cool and all, but what matters to your business is the actual impact on your use cases and the actual impact on your customers. This is why we teamed up with Forrester to publish a study where we measured the actual tangible benefits of AI on customers using JSM today. These are customers experiencing these benefits already, and the results speak for themselves. You can also benefit from JSM, and let's take a look at how you can do that, starting with the AI agent for Rovo service. Raise your hand if you've ever had to onboard a new employee to your company. OK, so lots of you. Then you will know that employee onboarding can be a complex, often painful, multi-step experience. Let's see how Rovo Service can help you with that. Rovo Service can create a personalized plan for onboarding every new starter. It creates a series of linked work items with tasks that span HR, IT, facilities, payroll teams, and more, and assigns these tasks to a mix of human and AI agents. In this case, one of the tasks is to set up systems access for your new employee. Guess what? Rovo can do this completely autonomously, only reaching out to a human if it runs into a problem. Employee experience just got an AI boost. Now, let's look at the Rovo Ops agent and see how it helps your IT ops teams resolve incidents faster. Rajiv spoke to you about production incidents. All of you have hit it, right? Panic sets in, Slack messages start overflowing, everyone jumps on a Zoom call asking the same questions at different points in time. And after all that, often the fix can be just one line of code. Yes, just one line. To skip the drama and go straight to the fix, we are introducing incident root cause analysis with Rovo Ops. Rovo Ops surfaces the potential cause of an incident by using the teamwork graph to understand service dependencies and recent usage. Here's what's really cool. It can pull in information from all of your dev tools as well. In this case, a failed Bitbucket deployment service that has likely caused the incident. Thanks to the service graph, you get an instant understanding of the impacted services, so you can pull in the right teams across dev and ops to resolve the issue quickly. We are happy to announce partnerships with Dynatrace, New Relic, and Big Panda, so your on-call engineers can use observability data to validate the cause of the incident and recommend next steps in Rovo without having to swivel chair between different tools. So that was AI innovations in our customer service app and Jira Service Management. Earlier, Mike talked to you about asset management and how critical it is to your service management workflows. But wouldn't it be great if you had just one solution that could serve all of your service management needs? Today, I'm thrilled to announce the launch of Atlassian Service Collection, one single solution that includes all 3 apps and agents. If you're an existing JSM customer, you get Service Collection with your current subscription. All those apps and agents are yours to use. So try it out and let us know what you think. With that, I bid you farewell. As someone with a lot of travel plans post-December, I'm on a mission to get every airline on Service Collection ASAP. Now, to talk about the latest in Strategy Collection, please welcome our kick-ass product leader, Asha Turthi.
Hey, Barcelona. Thank you, Anu. I'm glad to be here to talk about the innovation we're driving for your technology and business leaders to drive enterprise strategy and planning more effectively. Something we hear over and over from our customers is this. We've invested millions in our transformational strategy, but we still don't know if it's working. That's why we built the Atlassian Strategy Collection. Powerful set of new apps and agents built specifically for enterprise strategy and planning in technology-driven organizations. So what's in the box? First, Focus, our app for strategy planning, where you can track your priorities in real time. Second, Talent, our app for knowledge workforce planning, where you can make sure your right teams are working on the most important priorities. And third, Align, our app for enterprise work planning, where your teams of teams can plan and track work across your enterprise, and you can make sure that work ladders to your most important priorities. Strategy Collection isn't just a new offering from Atlassian. I'd say it's fundamentally a new, innovative approach to strategy planning. So if you're wondering what makes this so different, to learn, let's first talk about strategy. So where do most companies do strategy? Take a guess. That's right. Here, when I ask most customers, where are your strategies documented? 95% of them will say PowerPoint. And then I ask them, how about 6 months later? Think about it. Almost all of them say completely lost in the forest of execution of their company. Why is that? PowerPoint doesn't track progress, right? It doesn't evolve with your business. I'd say it's shelfware. It's totally a place where strategies go to die. That's where Focus comes in. Focus converts your static plan into a living, breathing strategy. It's flexible, by the way, so you can define your own strategy planning hierarchy in here. Your own terminology, like in this example, line of business strategy, department strategy, and execution priority. Not just that, you can also determine your own measurement framework in here, like OKRs. So you can track your top-level priorities all the way down to day-to-day execution, all in real time. Now, let's have a look at how Focus and I'd say the broader strategy collection work together. So as technology and business leaders, you define your strategic priorities. We call them focus areas. Think of each of these focus areas as a cube. If you're wondering why a cube, great question. So look at all these words on the cube. Goals, work, updates, funds, talent, system. Basically, I say all words that stress me out as a leader, but my stress aside, what's the number one thing that derails your priorities? What's the number one thing? Think about it. For me, it's almost always talent. But just looking at talent can be very misleading. It's like only looking at one face of the cube and trying to figure out what's going wrong. The reality is all these facets or faces of the cube are deeply interconnected, and they determine the outcome of your priorities. What does Strategy Collection do? It brings all these facets or faces of the cube so you can see what's on track and off track for your specific focus area, all in our Focus app. So here, we're looking at the central AI initiative for Atlassian. Demo data, of course. You can see Rovo gives you a helpful summary within seconds in the Focus app. It tells you focus area off track, and to bring it back on track, you will need to add senior engineering talent. Now, just like Atlassian, I'm sure you have AI initiatives all across your company, isn't it? But think about it. how do you view all of the AI initiatives across your company today? Super hard, right? Focus lets you do that too. It lets you see all of the AI investments in your company in a single view. Rovo to action again quickly shows you all of your other initiatives are on track. Now, to get that central AI initiative back on track, though, that leader will need to make talent trade-offs. But everyone in this room will surely know talent trade-offs are never easy. Talent planning is super messy today. So think about it. Where are your people with respect to your most important priorities? And when those priorities change, how do you identify the right talent to make smart trade-offs? That's exactly why we built Talent, our new app for knowledge workforce planning. It gives you instant visibility into who's working on what, and you can make smart trade-offs. To make this real, I'd love to actually show you how we use talent at Atlassian. Every single employee of Atlassian is mapped in the Talent app, and our Focus app has every single initiative that they're all working on. Demo data here, of course. So with Talent, this leader, Veronica, goes into our production app and can see things like number of positions against her strategic priorities, the number of unfilled positions as well as filled positions. Right away, she sees 11% of her positions are unfilled. So she gets pretty interesting insight, and not just that, she's got some major hiring to do. Not just that, she can see what are the focus areas that are on track and off track, and how many people are allocated to each of them. Not just that, interesting slices of data too. Split of talent by tenure and job level distribution. Also by country and time zone. Super interesting. Now, to bring that central AI initiative back on track, she can look at all the other focus areas around her and identify the right talent to help unblock her. She goes into the app, quickly searches for the specific setup profile that she needs. In this case, senior engineering talent in US West. Now look, traditional HRIS tools that you all use just can't do this. They show you org charts and job titles, all valuable information, don't get me wrong, but not the actual work and people mapped to that work. In case of talent, you saw it. She was immediately able to filter it down, and the app shows you 31 odd people that she could leverage to get her central AI initiative back on track. So what we've just seen is how Talent app helps you identify where are your people, and you can make smart trade-offs there. But you and I again know changes impact budget. So how do you understand consequences of budget, quickly spot problems, and course correct super fast? That's why today I am excited to introduce our new funds view in Focus. So you can easily see your investments against your strategic priorities. With our new funds view, you can see things like spend versus budget, including the breakdown of spend by change the business and run the business. Also, you can break down spend by labor and non-labor costs. And not just that, double-click into the labor spend breakdown by everything you see there, job family, engineering, data science, product, and so on. Unlike with static spreadsheets, you finally get a clear view of where are your investments going in real time, so you can spot problems quickly and adjust fast. And that's not all. We continue to make progress on Jira Align as well. So we have one more announcement today. If you are a Jira Align customer, you will get Focus and Talent for free. That's right. Strategy Collection comes at no additional cost for Jira Align customers. So what you've seen today is the Strategy Collection powered by the Atlassian system of work helps you understand the return of investment on your strategic initiatives by connecting it to goals, work, talent, and funds behind it. Thank you for listening. And with that, I'll hand it back to Mike to bring us home. Thank you.
Thank you, Asha. I'm sure you're all as excited as we are about everything that we've shown you today. We just heard how Atlassian is powering every team in an organization with our collections and with Rovo. But before we let you loose on Barcelona, I want to talk about one last thing, something that sits at the center of how every one of us works today, the browser. Last month, Atlassian entered into an agreement to acquire the browser company of New York, a company that's been challenging the status quo with their browsers, Arc and Dia, both deeply beloved by users everywhere. Now, you might well ask, why a browser? Well, for knowledge workers and their teams, the browser is where we spend most of our day. Look familiar? Tab hell. Overwhelmingly, these tabs are SaaS applications because today we use our browsers to work, not to browse. But there's a problem. Traditional browsers weren't designed to help with this. They were designed before the explosion of SaaS apps and well before the current AI wave. Great for browsing, not so much for getting shit done. And with the Arc browser, instead of getting lost in a sea of tabs, you just hover to get your critical context from your favorite SaaS applications. No more hunting for the right tab. The apps you rely on the most are pinned right there, and pertinent information and actions, like joining a meeting, are always just a click away. And now, with the Dia browser, they are reimagining how AI can become a core part of the browsing experience. With Dia, AI and chat are a native part of the browser, so you don't need to navigate away to another tab or app. Say you're watching a YouTube video, maybe even Atlassian Keynote, and you can ask Dia, your browser, to summarize the key announcements. Dia can pull out the major themes from the video in seconds, right alongside it while it's playing, with links to the time codes for relevant sections. Dia can also help you across your browser tabs. In this case, let's say you're a coffee brand and you want to do some competitive research. You have multiple competitors' websites open in different tabs as you're browsing and understanding. Instead of clicking back and forth between them, you can ask Dia to generate insights across multiple tabs. Again, in seconds, coming back with the relevant summary that you can continue to go back and forth on. Now, we're so excited that the browser company is joining Atlassian. Our plan is to reimagine the browser for knowledge work and to massively improve all our workdays in the AI era. And now, let me tell you exactly how Dia will be coming to your system of work.
Mike, I'm going to have to stop you right there.
Stan?
Yes?
That's Stan, our general counsel, our head of legal. Usually a wah-wah.
Mike, we've talked about this before. The Atlassian Corporation takes its legal obligations very seriously. For the avoidance of doubt, Atlassian and the browser company will refrain from all joint product development or references thereof until we have a formal, final approval of this acquisition by the European Commission and the U.S. Department of Justice.
Oh, Stan, can I give him a peek? Like maybe previewing how we might have Dia talk to the Atlassian AI gateway to connect to the teamwork graph and all of your organizational memory?
Absolutely not.
What if I just explain how Dia could integrate beautifully with everyone's favorite Atlassian apps like Trello, Confluence, Jira, and Loom, and all their third-party apps?
Still no.
Kind of killing me on stage here, mate. What about a little hint of how we could make Dia enterprise-ready, leveraging our AI security, gateway, governance, compliance, and auditing features for those customers to use their AI safely?
Mike, no. 9. No.
Huh. Okay, I can't tell them any of that. Can I at least tell them that Dia is generally available today?
Okay, I'll allow that, Mike.
Huh. Okay, folks. Well, the browser company has announced that Dia is in general availability as of today for you to download on macOS. Not only that, but the team from the browser company is right here in Barcelona, and they have a booth in the expo hall that they can show you themselves the amazing power of AI browsing. So please go try out Dia for yourselves. For anything else, I guess you'll have to come to Team 26 in California next year. And with that, we are out of time. It's time for you to get out there and learn even more. Explore the expo, join a super session, talk to your peers, and ask us questions. On behalf of all the Atlassians here, we're so pumped to be with you in Barcelona. Please don't be shy. And finally, a massive thank you from all of us for being a customer, a partner, and most of all, a friend of Atlassian. Have the best time out there. Thank you, everyone.